Oh my love, you're such a fragile thing, I know. And with the winter comes the ice, the snow. But I'm here to hold.
Out of Damascus, the group got split into two, and at that point we were on the hunt to reunite the group. We had collectively decided it would be better to catch them now rather than miss them to Katahdin. This meant upping our mileage and not really taking time in towns. There were multiple days where we were bringing in 20 plus miles. We were starting to smell from not doing laundry and not taking showers, and our battery banks were pretty much zero.
If I ain't got Giardia yet, it don't exist.
At this point, we were getting loopy from the lack of sleep and number of miles.
Do I look great, guys?
Yes. I just have a video of you saying, "Do I look great?"
But after hearing that Einstein and Road had pulled another 30-mile day and no intention of zeroing anytime soon, we had lost hope. Thank God we had the 600-mile mark to kind of cheer us up.
When I think about the way we used to be, when I think about the things it took from me.
And so after 9 days without laundry and a shower, we booked bunks at Weary Feet Hostel.
Oh.
I was sad that we weren't going to see Road and Einstein, but was excited to wash off the grind. I mean, these loner clothes slapped. What is this?
Dude, you don't want to with me.
The next morning we hit trail and took a blue blaze to check out Dismal Falls.
There is something we need.
The weather was amazing and the water was too tempting to ignore. We had a 17-mile day planned, but an hour swim break was not a want, but a need.
So take a look around you. How far
Get that camera out of my face! I'm not doing cool things, I'm slime!
standing on your knees?
This is what I had expected most of the days out on trail to be like. And now that we weren't chasing anybody, we could do it.
If you had the will and a moment to spare.
What are they selling? Chocolate!
Pearisburg was the next town on our list for resupply. We were feeling what was commonly known on trail as the Virginia Blues. Every year around this time, Trail Days is happening in Damascus. Current and past through hikers flock to Damascus for the events. I think they have it to combat the blues. This meant that the shelters were less populated and you saw less people on trail. People even hiked solo to Damascus so they didn't have to drive it.
Look what we have here. Some greasy slowbos. Get out of the way. What are you doing?
This is probably a good time to mention that I have a big blue van and I let our dearest friend Daisy, who had gotten hurt earlier in the trail, drive it around. She was at Trail Days, and when we called to ask if she wanted to scoop us and do some surprise trail magic for Einstein and Road, she told us she would be there in 3 hours.
What? I didn't say anything! I was agreeing with you!
You're laughing at me!
How you guys get over this?
Trail magic is a godsend, no matter what it is or where it's at. We did want to go all out though, so we ended up making signs for Einstein, Road, and Studebaker. Wanting it to be a surprise, we waited and didn't tell them we were going to be there. While we were waiting, we did do trail magic for a few other hikers.
Trail magic!
Awesome.
9 more miles left.
What?
No!
But then we found out that they were 9 miles back, so we had to give them a little hint that we were going to be there. After sending them kind of a mystery text telling them that they should get to Daleville, they finally showed up.
God. Easy boy. What's that?
After seeing them, it didn't feel right to part ways yet. So we devised a plan to just hike with them for a while and go back and hit the section we missed later. Logistically, this was a nightmare, but so worth it to be with our family. I mean, look at those smiles. It was crazy how easily we got back into the swing of being in a large group. These days out of Daleville were kind of a blur. We were still pushing big miles, not only because that is what our bodies could do now, but we also wanted to get out of Virginia as soon as possible.
Mountains.
Yeah, that's what I think every time I see a view. I'm like, damn, those some mountains. All of them. They don't even look like mountains today. They look like hills.
Dude, they look so small. Except for the mountain we did today.
Yeah, that one was a bitch.
After a few days back on trail, we were heading into a town called Glasgow. This is where the trail crosses over the James River. I will say this was a very hiker-friendly town. They even had an in-town shelter with a shower to promote hikers to come into town.
Run it.
Rode and Einstein had not taken a zero for a while, so we buckled up and hiked our trashed out to the water bank all day. We had ran into some new groups that we had never met before. It was so awesome how when you met another thru hiker, you immediately connected. You had this common goal and everyone was working towards it each day. Even when you took a zero, it had a purpose. You were resting your body, you were getting food for your resupply, and sometimes just running errands.
You got this goatee!
Jumping off the James River Bridge felt like one of those weird thru hiker passages that we had to do. We even joked that there was a white blaze at the bottom that you had to jump and swim around. While most of the hikers did jump, some of us didn't. And I might have been one of those people. Whoops. Instead of calling today a zero, we decided at dusk that we were going to night hike out to the nearest shelter. This was going to be our last little stretch before we had to go back and hike the mileage we missed by hopping up.
I'm just goofing. New boot goofing. New boot goofing.
We did a few errands in town, and then to make the hike even more interesting,
So many logos.
we decided everyone needed a good gold logo.
Happy birthday, Stu!
Happy birthday, dude!
Baker, we miss you, bro. Love you still. Night hiking, baby.
While I'm not the biggest fan of night hiking, this did end up being one of my favorite nights on trail. We ended up setting camp up and settling in to watch a movie on one of our phones. Resting for the miles to come tomorrow and enjoying the time we still had as a family.
Yo, a bug.
Where?